growth operator is straight dog water. Before we jump into this controversial topic, please leave a comment on what you think about growth operator, and the person with the most insightful answer I will pin to the top of the comment. So make sure to do that. First half of this video, I'm going to talk about why growth operator will not work long term, but I'm also going to cover why it is not a complete waste of money. The second half of this video, I'm going to talk about a way better business model that no one has ever talked about. And if you have, I will PayPal you $10, but skip to this point if you're wanting to learn about that. Now, I've consumed quite a bit of Eddie's stuff on how it operates and this and that. No, I have not bought his course, but I do understand the concept. Obviously, the concept is you can either charge an upfront fee of, $3K to $1K and then have a rev share on the back end of that, and then sell a community partnering up with a current creator that has an audience. All right, say you generate a 100 members at $100 for the month in the community. That's your community, or their community is then generating 10K per month in revenue, 9K profit per se, and then you are taking home 4.5K. So I completely understand the concept of it. It's a very well marketed business model. Now, here is where things get really, really interesting. Now, what you are doing, you're not actually selling a solution to a creator. You are selling more work to that creator. I've worked with an agency for the past 4 years, and trying to get any business owner to do any extra work is exactly depicted in this image. Don't you think the creator would have made this product if they had time? You understand it, you have to identify a niche, make the community, then they have to make the course. So they're doing a lot of that work. And now you have to wait so long for them to go and make that course or community or whatever. And then you've got to sell to that audience, and then you've got to scale that audience so you're able to generate more revenue. Now, here's where things get super, super interesting. The issue with rev share models is that when creators or businesses start to see success with it, they normally bring it in-house. Now, I've had this experience with, a couple of my friends that have run, e-commerce agencies where they will pretty much just fire you out of nowhere because you are, costing that business $10,000 a month and your rev share is, 10%. So as soon as they start to see that it is a lucrative model, you will get fired straight away. So you see this with, as I said, we've seen this with e-com agencies, and this is why Iman had, left his agency. Because he saw that a lot of his big clients, the ones that were a majority of his revenue in his business, just all of a sudden just left, and he would lose like 30% of his agency revenue overnight due to a big client leaving and taking that whole process in-house. And then my other question is, if you know how to do this, why would you not just go and build your own audience, then make your own course, and then make 100% of the profit and have way more control over that full process? And I understand some of you guys are going to be like, oh, I don't like being in front of a camera, or, oh, creating an audience takes too long, but there's ways to speed that process up. So why wouldn't you just go and create your own course or this or that? Does that make sense? Now, the huge problem with this model, whether you are a beginner or not, you are trying to solve a huge amount of problems within a business. Compared to other super successful people, they are solving one problem in one business, and it's way more scalable. Now, hear me out. So what you have to do is, now the first problem that you're trying to figure out is you have to figure out what to sell in that model. Not only that, then you have to figure out how to sell to that audience. You have to create an offer that is appealing towards that audience. You have to understand their audience. And what if you get this wrong? Then you have to figure out how to retain these customers in your communities. Not only that, you have to understand retention, and you have to figure out how to retain these customers within the community so you're able to keep your profits steady and this and that. And then once you've hit a cap on all their current audience that you've sold to, then you have to figure out how you're going to build their audience bigger to then funnel them into this paid community. So you're almost trying to solve 4 different problems in the one business, which is super, super hard to do at scale, and you will want to commit not alive at the end of this whole process. Trust me. Now, I'm going to get into the middleman business model. As I said, this product, this thing has never been spoken about on YouTube. You see what dropshipping is? You are the person in the middle. You find a supplier with the product, then you find a audience, and then you sell to that audience with Facebook ads and you make a profit in the middle. We see this with Uber, and we see this with Iman's new drop servicing as well. So you have to go and find a customer, then you have to go and find someone that can do the service delivery, and you sit in the middle and you make the difference. But this is completely different to a lot of these things, but it is a very similar concept that you can do within businesses. Now, what are the benefits of this? You are solving one problem in a business. You're not solving 4 different problems like you are in Growth Operator. Now, what is the one skill that you are able to charge the most for? Well, that skill is the ability to generate more revenue within a business. Now, what if I told you that you do not have to do any service delivery as well? Not only that, you don't have to have an audience. And it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. And the thing is, this is a very easy process to sell. Now I'm going to get into this. But you have to have the ability to spot an opportunity within the market. It takes a little bit of thinking. Now, if you want to join the community below, I'm talking further about this full process and how you can implement this and make a stupid amount of money. So make sure to check out the free community. So what am I even talking about? All right, let's get into the source. Step 1, you have the ability to acquire the most valuable part of a business with ease. Now you're probably like, what is that? Okay, let's get into this. What is the most valuable part of a business? Well, the most valuable part of a business is a customer list. Now you're like, yeah, I know this, or some of you may not have known this, but I'm going to get into this. Now, they're not just going to hand this customer list over to you when you're asking them, but you have to come to them with a proposition. Now, what is this? You have the ability to make money for that business out of thin air. Right. Now, let me break this down for you, because this is what I did within my agency. So let's just put me as business number 2 here, and then we will have business number 1 as a medical distributor. So I was still sort of am a agency owner that worked in the healthcare space. Now I sat down one day and was being a big brain and went, how can I get access to all of my clients with ease and make it super easy to sell them on something? So what I did is I went and found, because as I said, I was in the medical field, I went and found a distributor, a medical device distributor that was selling this product to all of these clinics across Australia. So I went, well, why can't I partner up with them, offer more value to their customer base, and in turn build a massive referral system in the back end of this? And this is exactly what I did. I was able to advertise my business to their audience and leverage their trust with their audience. So I was seen as way more trustworthy than coming in at cold or ads or this or that. So what I did is I actually acquired their list, and it was super easy. They just sent me their list with all their name, email, and numbers. And this is where I was able to start offering value to them, because I taught them how to sell more of the medical device services that they were offering. So in turn, he was making more revenue because people were using the medical device more often, and I was able to teach people how to grow their practice further through their email list. And then what happens is that these people go, oh, I want to learn more about what you have to offer. And then they start to flood over to our business. So the key thing is here, you have to find similar businesses that are not a competing service. Now, some of you may be like, oh, I'm not running a business, but I would like to apply something like this. Well, I'm going to explain how you can sit in the middle of this process and make a stupid amount of money while doing no service delivery. And all you have to do is really just a bit of marketing and understand both businesses quite well. So how does this work here? So what happens here is, okay, let's just say you partner up with a web developer and then you go, okay, well, they just build websites for general local businesses. Okay, well, why don't I go and find someone that has a database of 100, local businesses that already has trust? All right, what businesses have this? An accounting firm. Accountants work with 50 different clients at one given time. And what I can do is I can work out a deal with that accountant to add further value to his customer base by teaching them how to market. If they haven't updated their website in the past 2 years, they need to. And then when you start to build trust and you start to market to these guys and leveraging his trust, then you will have a lot of inbound people coming to you saying, hey, look, I need a new website. Then you go and negotiate with that website guy saying, okay, let's just say the web developer charges, $3,000. You change the service to $4,000. Every referral that comes across, you make $1,000 profit, and he's happy because he's getting more customers on autopilot. Can you see the power of this? Now you can apply this model to so many businesses. Obviously, the higher the cost of the product, the more more commission that you can take. And the thing is, as I said, people are willing to hand over your database if they see value in what you are doing. So I just wanted to open your eyes to this because there's a massive opportunity because, as I said, no one is talking about this.